All right. Do you? Three ways that you can become a better artist and creative now. So, this video is all about three things that you can do to implement more creativity, more artistry into your life today. Hey y'all, my name is Maisha Francis, and I help artists and creatives become the highest version of themselves through helping you to plant seeds, water those seeds, and grow and blossom into your to release that creative juice, your creative power. And so I'm all about digging deep, right? I don't stay on the surface level because I know from my journey that not having the answers and not pulling those answers from deep within yourself can cause you a lot of pain and help and make you make a lot of wrong turns on this journey. So I'm here for that purpose, right? I've worked with hundreds of artists, thousands of students, and I know what artists go through. I'm an artist myself, and I still go through it, but I've also have a lot of triumphs and a lot of successes, and I want to share that with you. So without further ado, let me just jump right into it. So again, this video is all about three things, three ways that you can become a better artist and creative right now today. So number one, spend time alone. This cannot be overstated. This cannot be overstated. The best thing you can do for yourself as an artist and creative is to spend time alone, really seeking within yourself, deep within yourself, who you are as an artist, who you are as a creative, right? Um, this part cannot be understated enough. Unless you block out all the noise, you have to get along so that you can block out all of the noise. Because think about it, there are hundreds, thousands, millions of creatives all over the earth. Actually, we're all creatives, right? But there is something specific that is supposed to come through you. There is something specific that is supposed to come through you. And unless you block out all the noise, you can't hear that message or get that vision that's supposed to come through you, specifically through you. And it's not supposed to look like everybody else or anything else that's here because that's what creatives are, the new fresh wind, the new something that's coming up. And sometimes artists will do all kinds of things to try to get in that zone, drinking, which I don't really understand. No, myself and no artist I know drinks when we work. It just doesn't work. You do better just getting really, really quiet, really, really still, and letting spirit speak to you in spirit and truth. I was in that real, that still small voice that will tell you who you are, why you were created, and what needs to come through you, okay, as an artist and a creative. So that's number one, spending time alone. Super important. You know, I said it before, I'll say it again. It is the number one thing that you need to do to really become a better artist and creative. And with that said, let me go to number two, which is to experiment and flow. So, in order to become a better artist and creative, you have to just practice every day. Well, listen, and that practice may not look the same every single day. So, if you're a painter like me, some days you may be painting, just getting those colors out, messing around, playing around with paint. And some days you may be sketching. You may be just trying to work out ideas. And some days you may um, be gathering materials and supplies, but it's a part of the practice. And I said it for the first one, I'll say it again for this one. This is one thing that will increase your power as an artist exponentially if you just devote yourself to working, to creating, to practicing, to doing what you do and being in that flow. Like really, really being in that flow. You have to exercise that intuitive knowing. That's so funny. I'm saying annoying. I just heard Jay-Z, somebody posted something on social media, and Jay-Z was saying, for artists and creatives, it's a knowing. It is, but you have to exercise and practice that knowing when to follow it. You know, a lot your best works will not come from thoughts, will not come from thinking. It will come from that place inside of you when you get into that zone, when spirit just gives you the next right mark, the next right stroke. And it's just flowing. You're not even thinking, you're just rolling with it. And before you know it, 2, 3 hours have passed. I've been there. And that's when your greatest work happened. But you have to practice to know when you're getting, and it's like it's something, it's this intuitive thing, it's deep in the belly. But in order to like really understand it and flow with it, you got to practice, because you got to know when you're really hearing it, when you're really feeling it, and when you're going left. So, I can't, everything that I'm saying today, I can't overstate it enough, because I really thought about, I was like, okay, what are the three powerful things that artists and creatives can do now to help them get better? And I said experiment and flow, but I'm going to just put even more emphasis on the flow part, right? Learn to get in your flow. I think Michael Jordan called it the zone. Learn to get in your zone, and try to stay away. And this is my opinion. You can, of course, everybody is free to do what they want, but try to stay away from the drugs and alcohol to get into your zone. There is a pure, easier way to get there than the drugs and the alcohol. Now, the drugs and the alcohol will take you to a zone. The problem with that is, what zone? Whose zone? Do you, is that the zone you're supposed to be in? So I encourage, to get, if you're trying to get in your flow, to just kind of stay away from that. And I would say meditate, breathe deep, so that you can align and be in alignment with that pure creative juice that's already flowing through you from birth. That same creative juice that was in you when you were born, when you were 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What, no alcohol and drugs then, what, none of that. So that's what you're trying to tap into. That's the flow you want to be in. Again, that's my opinion, my very deep, high opinion and recommendation, but I stand by that. And I know, because I've been on both sides of it. I've I've drank when I paint, and it don't work. You be all over the place. That flow that naturally comes through, it doesn't come. It's kind of muffled. And so that's just not a good place to be. Okay. So that's the real for me. All right. So in the third way, this is the last and final way that I have for today. I didn't want this video to be too long. I wanted to drop you some quick gems, dip in, dip out. Um, and this one is gonna sound like it's this that like it has nothing to do with the conversation. Like it really has nothing to do with the actual practice of being an artist. But I'm really coming to you from a spiritual level with number three. And it's not to be overlooked. So number three is to give. What does that have to do with being an artist, a better artist and creative? Well, I'm gonna tell you straight up, right, from a spiritual perspective. When you give from your heart authentically, right? When you give from your heart, that opens up the channel to receive, and receive abundantly. So when you give your art or your talent away, share it, then you're telling the universe, you're telling spirit a couple of things. One, you're not greedy with your gift. You're willing to share your gift, and you are grateful for your gift. And when you do that, you will be blessed with more of that gift. So I'll give you a quick example. There was a painting I gave, and I love this painting. I love this so much, but I was so grateful to somebody for something that they had done, and not even for me, just that they had done in the world. And I gave it to them. And I was like, wow, you know how sometimes when you're creating, you're like, how I did that. And you think I'll never be able to do that again. That was one of those moments. I don't know if I'll ever be able to create this painting again. Well, but the next time I sat down to paint or, do my thing, what came up out of me just from being so grateful and just in such a zone of gratitude was even more amazing than the one I gave away. And I said it before, I'll say it now. Some of my best pieces is not me. It's never me. When I do really, really good work, it's not me. It's spirit. And all I can do is open up to it. And when I am in a zone of gratefulness and gratitude and gifting and sharing, then I get more of that flow. I can't explain it. I know it's just a spiritual principle, and I stand by that one. And before I go, I want to share something else about giving, right? And I'm gonna do a whole video on this. This is something I'm gonna do another day because I believe deeply in this. I've experienced it with my own life and my own journey. Giving, a lot of artists take issue with people asking them to donate or give, or even family and friends asking for discounts and things like that. But I have to tell you, listen, that will do nothing but bless you. It will bless you. Your friends and your family and people that you choose to give from your heart, nonprofit organizations, the way it will come back to you will be so powerful. Your friends and your family and organizations, they will put your name in rooms that you could not have paid for. This is marketing and things that you cannot pay for giving. Now I'm talking about from the heart, right? I'm not talking about, oh well, if I do this, I'm gonna get that. No, that's not how that works, right? Um, but some of my biggest jobs, I mean, biggest jobs, biggest opportunities have come from people that I gave art to, that maybe could not have afforded um, the piece that I gave them at the time, or even at all. I don't know, but wasn't thinking about that part. Right, it was a gift. But 4 or 5 years later, what came back to me through that person, I I could not have dreamed of even asking for it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there. I hope that you take that and hold on to that. I'm serious about that part, about the giving part. And let that be a natural part of your being, of your makeup, of your art, of your creative journey. Okay, block people out who say, "Oh, they trying to play me, they asking me for." Block them out. You give from your heart when you are pulled to do so, and I promise you, it will come back to you. And if you have an example of that, please let me know in the chat. Tell me. I want to hear about your um your supernatural returns on your gifts from your heart. So again, my name is Maisha Francis. I work with artists and creatives. I'm here to help you become the highest version of your creative self. I love artists and creatives so much. I teach now. And so if you would like to work with me and grow in your creative journey, I am here. You can feel free to check out my link. I'm at mfrancisgallery.com/work with me, mfrancisgallery.com/work with me, and I'll put it down below in the comments. I mean, in the description. And also, I have a 27-day creativity challenge coming up. And you can find out more information about that at 27daycreativitychallenge.com. I'll put that link down below in the description as well. And I love to see you on a journey. I love to see you grow and flow and just be better and unleash all of your creative juice and power. We're ready. We're here. The time is now, y'all. All right. Peace and love. I'll see y'all on the next video.